Welcome back on this Fiesta again. The other day I did say that I was going to do rear springs as well, but the heavens opened up and it rained, unfortunately, so I stopped. So today doing the rear springs and hopefully the front discs, and then once we've done that, we'll start doing the modification stuff a bit, like the tints, the rear boot spoiler, the front LEDs, the eyebrows and stuff like that, and even possibly the exhaust. So let's start with the rear springs as the front ones are done. Otherwise we're going to be riding down the road like that when it's being driven. Shouldn't be too hard. There's no real risk really doing the rear springs apart from the fact that you're underneath the car. So as long as you make sure you're secure, you should be good. Let's get it done. Okay, we are ready to go. As before, I've got the car jacked up, ready to go. I've taken the wheel off and put a wheel under the car in case the jack was out and land on the wheel. Won't smash your car up. You'll be able to get a jack under it as well. What have I taken the wheel off? You don't actually need to take the wheel off for this, guys. You can actually do the rear spring with the wheel on, but just for demonstration purposes, I've taken the wheel off just so you can see what we're doing exactly. On the other side, we won't take the wheel off, but either way, I'm going to show you both sides anyway. Right, getting underneath the car. Here's the spring we're changing. On this one, the top rubber bush is very worn and perished. We're going to change the spring anyway, and I'll come back and change this at a later date. Okay, but to change the spring, what do we need to do? Simple. This is a shock absorber here coming down. You've got one bolt going through here. I believe that's a 15. That's a welded nut, so that doesn't move, this nut. It stays in place. Okay, but this bolt undoes and it comes out that way. Okay, when you unbolt that, this essentially is what's holding this up. Okay, this whole piece up. So when we unbolt that, this is just going to want to drop down, and possibly it could drop down enough where the spring just pings out. So borrow a jack, get a jack under it, under here. I'll show you, just holding this up. Okay, get a jack under there. Let's move this around. Get a jack under here, jack it up a little bit just so it's touching it. So when we undo this bolt, it doesn't just fall out. It's as simple as that. That's what we're using it for. Fiestas do have a little plastic cap inside here, but that'll come out with the spring, or I'll just leave it in place and take the spring out if this drops down enough. So first of all, let's get this bolt out. Okay, I'm going to put you on a stand for that, and then once I've done that, I'll be back with you. Right, so we're underneath the car. We're going to take this 15 out. I have confirmed it's a 15, so just a 15 bolt. Undo it, take it out. Make sure your jack's under, just taking the pressure, just so it's just touching it. Okay, and then once we've done that and that bolt's out, we're going to start lowering this jack a little bit, which will allow this to lower down a touch. All right, so let's do that first. And I will do it with a ratchet on this one, because we're not doing the fronts. I will do it with a ratchet just to show you it can be done. Just continuous heavy pressure, and this will come off. Obviously anti-clockwise, and there you go. It's actually not that bad. Okay, so that's loose already. Show you can just keep going and it will be undone, but I will get my wrench because once again the weather's not looking great. All right, so again I'm just going to take this bolt out. There you go, and that's out. Okay, it's a bit tighter than it looked, but it's out, and even if you was using a ratchet, it will still come out. Keep your bolts safe, keep them clean. You don't want them picking up dirt and rubbish. All right, now essentially if we lower this jack a little bit, you'll notice that this is starting to now drop down and the shock absorber is staying in place, which in turn is also loosening up the spring. We'll go a little bit at a time. There is no rush. Okay, there's no rush at all. So I can see this spring's getting loose already, but we'll loosen it down a bit more. There we go. Okay, now the jack isn't holding it. I know this is good. Right, this is loose enough. Just simply like that. This needs to come down a lot more. Obviously the shock will move out of the way now anyway. That's not a problem. The spring is quite loose, you know. It just needs to come down to pop out. There you go. So I'm doing this on my own and it's still coming out quite easy. All right, obviously you got that plastic mount at the bottom. You just don't want to break that. You just need to take the weight down so you can lift this up to get it out, and just like that it's come out. that's your spring actually out. Okay, I will take this down gently, okay, and take it out so I can see exactly how it goes in, but I'm taking it out. Again, I can see this top mount is perished, but I'll be changing that too. Everything else looks like it's in order, which is good. Okay, let's get this out and get the new spring on it. All right, so there's your plastic mount. Just take the spring out of it, put the plastic mount down, take the top mount out, what's left of this one, put that down, and there's your spring. Okay, I can see that's how it was sitting with this line perfectly straight to the car. So now I'm just going to put get the new spring. Where are you? And compare it basically. So again, we're looking for about the same location on this twist at the bottom, which I don't see there. Let's have a look. There. Let's have a look at the bottom. Just turn it over and see how it looks that way. And see how it looks that way. Okay, so this is how our spring goes in. Again, fairly easy. I'm going to put our top mount, again, of what's left of this top mount on it. Like so. I'm going to put the bottom plastic cap on again, just clicking it in. It does go into the spring. There is a little mounting point on that plastic cap. Okay, and then we have to push the top up, push it in to the hole. Hopefully your top mounts aren't as corroded as this one. Okay, and then the bottom, again, we just push down, lift up. These are slightly lowered springs again, so it should make it a little bit easier to get in on your own. Just lifting that over a little edge on the back there until she pops in. Let's just check that. Just needs to go over a tiny bit more, and then we'll jack it back up. There you go. I can feel that inside the hole underneath the plastic has slotted in. There is a hole underneath here, and you'll feel the plastic slot in. Okay, now if I just push this up, you'll see the spring to press, and just to make life easy, I'll put the jack under it and jack it a bit, like so, just until this is in line here, which that more or less is. Now we can put the bolt in. Like so. Tighten that bolt up. If I can find my impact wrench. Just tighten this up. Like so. Take the jack out, and that's one side done. It's as easy as that. So we're on the other side again. We've got 15 here. Okay, we're going to put a jack under here, undo this 15, allows that to fall down, which allows us to take this spring out. Okay, and swap her over. There we go. We've got the pressure off that. I will now get my 15 on a ratchet and undo this. Obviously anti-clockwise as always. Just give it a tug. She'll go eventually. There you go. So it's quite tight, but give it a little pull and it'll go. Okay, again, this will go all the way with this. I am going to use my gun, but you can just use your ratchet. Nice and straightforward. Let's whip this off. There you go, that's out. So you can see that wanted to drop again. So now we'll lower the jack a little bit, let it come down, and yeah, that's out and out of the way. Okay, now once again we just need to pop the spring out, keep the location the same, and same as last time, get the new spring back in. I would say there's no real easy way of pushing this down and keeping it down, apart from obviously just using a screwdriver to get underneath it there and pop her out like I have there. So as simple as that, just literally pop it out. Let's pop that out like that, and let's get the new spring in. Again, top mounts on these are really worn, so they will have to be changed. It's only a 5-minute job anyway, even though I am taking it all out. This is obviously to show you how to do it, but you know, don't really know what you're going to find with things until you get into it on a day. So what you can do is get on it and get it done, and then whatever we come across on the day, we come across. Obviously, if you've got time to check everything before, it'd be a result, because essentially then you could check your top mounts, see if you need top mounts. A bit like the front, we could have definitely have come across broken top mounts, but when you don't know, it's kind of just do it as you go. Okay. Okay, that's actually located, which is perfect. Right guys, the spring's in. So now we're just going to jack it back up so we can get the shock absorber bolt back in again. So if I jack this just to get it in line, there you go, and that's pretty much in line there. See if this bolt will go through, which it will. Give it a few turns by hand first to make sure it's not cross thread, and then do it up. That's nice and tight. Obviously you will be doing yours by hand, but that's not a problem. Take the jack out, and that's the second side done.